The cold winds of Earth blew loudly through the viewing room of the big space embassy. Snowflakes were pressing against the clear metal walls. Inside, under the fancy lights, Lyra stood by herself in her wedding dress. White lace flowed over her blue skin, showing she was an Altherian. Her pointy ears shook as she heard laughing from the big fancy room. King Zithan had just said he would not marry her. His words still seemed to be in the air. Too much for a king's wife, too gentle for a family of fighters. But in the shade of an old rusty spaceship part, a human worker with oily hands stopped his job. He looked not at her sadness, but at something everyone in the galaxy had missed. Before we begin, follow us now so you don't miss more amazing stories like this. Oh, and before we start, tell us below where you are watching this video from. We like hearing from you. The Naltherian embassy was a strange building, built on Earth land, but made to look like the underwater castles of Anthara Prime. Fake water flowed down walls, and the air smelled of salt and special things that helped Naltherians breathe easily. Lyra's fingers felt the lace on her dress. Each string was made by her mother's hands. The dress showed respect for both worlds, Earth's style and how it was shaped, Naltherian history and its glow-in-the-dark threads that lit up with her heart's beat. But now those lights were blinking unevenly, showing everyone how embarrassed she was. Through the open doorway, she could see the people gathered. King Zithan sat on the main platform, wearing special armor. "I will not tie my family to weakness," he had said. "Look at her, soft when she should be strong. My royal family needs perfect people, not someone too much," the people had laughed. Not all of them, but enough did. She turned away before she could cry, walking down the hallway to the repair area where the pretty fake things stopped and machines began. She did not think she would find anyone there, but he was. It was a human man, maybe 30 years old, kneeling next to an engine part. His dark hair was tied back loosely and his clothes were easy to work in. He was welding something and the bright light made shadows dance. He looked up when she came in. "You shouldn't be down here," he said, his voice not judging her. "Looking so nice in a dress near all these machines." "I need it to be somewhere real," Lyra whispered. The worker nodded his head. He put down his torch and stood up. "Garrett," he said, "I work in repairs." "Lyra, I know." "Everyone knows." Something flashed in his gray eyes. "I heard what the king said, and I thought, these people have never built anything with their hands. They do not know what makes someone important." But while the hall laughed, the outsider's eyes glowed softly, as if holding a truth older than the stars. Before Lyra could answer Garrett's kind words, a loud alarm screamed through the repair area. Red warning lights filled the hallway. "That's the main power part," Garrett said, already running. "Air cleaners. If they stop working, everyone upstairs has 12 minutes before they can't breathe." The alarm sound changed, becoming louder and more worried. Voices came down from the higher floors. People shouted panicked orders. Garrett showed a see-through map. Red lights appeared like injuries. "First power parts are off. Second ones are off. Third backup parts are not working," he said calmly. "Someone stopped the automatic fixing rules." Lyra moved closer. "Can you turn it back on?" "I'm trying, but whoever did this knew what they were doing." He looked at her quickly. "You know about air systems?" "I learned about alien science at the Naltherian Academy before my father said I should work on talking with others." "Can you read Naltherian building instructions?" "Better than love poems." A small smile crossed his face. "Open up computer number 3. Find the problems by looking backward at them." They were happening at the same time. Lyra's fingers moved quickly over computer screens she had not used in years. "Found it," she said. "Someone put a bad computer program through the trash system, but it connects to everything else." Garrett showed ways to stop it. "I can clean out the bad program, but it will take 4 minutes. "We do not have 4 minutes." The talking system made a static noise. "Repair team, this is Ambassador Kelvin. We have a very bad emergency." This was Lyra's father. She reached for the control panel, but Garrett grabbed her hand. "If you tell them we are working on it, they will just stop us with questions." "That is my father up there, the king, the whole group of important people." "I know, and we are their only hope." He let go of her hand. "Trust me, no one thought they would even try." But the quiet that came next spread through the room like a storm. Garrett took out a special air tool. "We cannot fix the system in time," he said, "but I can make a temporary bubble that takes air from extra tanks to the upper floors. It will give us 30 minutes. And then what? Then we will have fixed the problem." His hands were steady. Lyra, I need you upstairs. Get everyone into the big room where the king sits and close the doors tightly. That is the place where no air can get out, but you will need help. I need you to keep them alive long enough for me to save them. Lyra understood. Going upstairs meant seeing the king's people again. They will not listen to orders from me. Then make them listen to you because you are the one who knows what to do. Garrett turned on the air tool. You have 90 seconds before people start to faint. Lyra gathered up her wedding dress and ran. She rushed into the main hall where it was messy. Important people stood in groups, some holding up others who were already getting weak. Lyra! Her father rushed toward her. We need to leave quickly. Everyone needs to get into the king's room right away. It is the only place that can be closed tightly and filled with air. The repair team should be doing this. They are. I am, she spoke loudly. Everyone move to the king's room now? Some started to move, others stopped, looking at King Zathan. How dare you give orders when I am here? Idari tried to save your life, your majesty. She looked at him without looking away. You can punish me after you leave. Now move! For a moment she thought he would say no. Then one of his helpers fell down. To the king's room, Stan ordered quickly. They moved as a big group. Lyra told them where to go. She found herself helping an old Naltharian wise person. They got to the king's room. Lyra turned on the emergency rules and the heavy doors closed tightly. Right away the air got better. Lyra went to the air controls, checking the numbers. What is happening? Her father came to her, the human worker, Garrett. He is fixing the system, but he needed time. A human? This came from an important person. We are trusting our lives to a human? You are trusting your lives to the only person here who knows how to fix what is broken. What kind of being someone is does not matter. Listen to the bride no one wanted. Another voice spoke with a mean smile. Lyra turned around quickly. You want to argue about what I can do? I studied how to build air systems for 4 years before my father asked me to stop. I can name all the tiny parts that make up 17 different kinds of air we can breathe. I know exactly how much time we have, 22 minutes. So yes, I am an expert. It became quiet. Then King Zathan laughed softly. 4 years of air system building, he said. Your father never told me. Beauty and talking with others do not fix air problems, your majesty. No, they do not. He looked at her with a bit of sadness. What else did no one tell me about you? And just when everyone thought they would give up, something surprising was found out. Before Lyra could answer, the lights blinked. Then a loud bang echoed through the closed doors coming from the repair area. Lyra was at the talking screen. Garrett? Only static replied. Then a cough. Still here, mostly okay. What happened? Someone does not want us fixing this. They made the clean-out system blow up. More coughing. I need to check every system by hand. That takes time we do not have. Lyra checked her numbers. 20 minutes left. What if you had help? You cannot come down here if you open those doors. The air system has small tunnels for fixing things. No way. They do not have air pumped into them. Then I will be quick. Lyra was moving toward the control panel. Tell me where to go in. Lyra, no. Her father grabbed her arm. You cannot put yourself in danger. He cannot do it alone. Not fast enough. She looked into her father's eyes. Dad, I went to school for this. Let me use what I know. King Zathan spoke. If she fails, we all die anyway. Let her try. Lyra did not wait. The control panel opened to show a narrow tunnel. Climb down 3 floors. Garrett's voice came through her earpiece. Find the spot with yellow tape, go left, got it. The tunnel will get tight if your dress gets stuck. The dress is coming off. Lyra was already undoing the buttons and zippers, letting the dress fall to the floor. She wore a simple tight suit. Behind her the crowd made a soft noise. Let them whisper. Smart, Garrett said, agreeing with her. Lyra went into the tunnel. It got cold right away. She climbed down, counting floors. 1, 2, 3. There, yellow tape, left path. The tunnel got smaller. She had to turn sideways. Her blue skin showed clearly, her glow-in-the-dark light pulsing. For once, she was happy about it. The same gentle shape that had been mocked, but allowed her to squeeze through spots a person with a sharper body could not fit. The tunnel opened into a wider hallway. Lyra dropped down. Smoke floated through the air. Garrett here. She found him kneeling next to the main air machine. His arm was bleeding with a quick bandage tied around a deep cut. You made it. You are hurt. I am working. He pointed to a control panel. I need you to open the checking screen. It is in Naltharian writing. Lyra went to the control panel. First power parts are gone. Second power parts are at 30%. Third backup parts are locked but not broken. Someone purposely blocked them. Can you unlock them? Not from here. The way to turn them on is by hand. There is an opening panel inside the main power room, which is very hot right now. How hot? Lyra checked. 200 degrees C. No one can live in that. Wait. Naltharian bodies handle heat differently. Our home planet has hot steam vents. 200 would hurt, but I could live through it for a few minutes. Garrett stared at her. You want to go inside a super hot power room? I want everyone upstairs to keep breathing. For a long time, Garrett said nothing. Then he pulled open a storage cabinet and got out heat-proof clothes. Put this on and take this. He gave her a special cutting tool. You will need it. Tell me what to do. The opening panel is on the inside wall to the east, marked with a blue arrow. Cut through the safe cover. Behind it, 3 hand levers. Red, yellow, green. In that order, pull the red one to unlock. Push the yellow one to switch. Push the green one to turn on the main power. Red unlock. Yellow switch. Green turn on. The levers will be hot enough to burn through heat-proof gloves. He caught her hand. You have 5 minutes. After that, the heat will hurt you too much to fix. You get out. I will finish, and I will get out. The power room door was closed with warnings. Lyra turned off the safety locks and pulled it open. Heat rushed out like a strong push. 5 minutes, Garrett called. I am timing you. Lyra stepped into the power room. The world turned into fire and light. The machine's middle part glowed brightly in the room's center. The air itself shimmered. She found the eastern wall through the blurry heat. There, the blue arrow. The special cutting tool turned on. She pressed it to the metal plate and started cutting. 30 seconds. The plate fell off. Behind it were the 3 levers, red, yellow, green. Lyra grabbed the red lever. Even with gloves, the heat was hurting badly. Sheppled. The lever did not move. She pushed her feet against the wall, using all her body's strength. The lever fought back, then moved with a metal screech. Her hands were burning now. 2 minutes gone. Yellow lever, push. She grabbed it tightly and pushed. The lever moved slowly until it clicked. 3 minutes. The green lever was bigger, needing both hands. Lyra wrapped both hands around it and pulled with all her might. Nothing. 4 minutes. The heat was getting very dangerous. Her vision started to narrow. She thought of the people upstairs, her father, even King Zethan. She thought of Garrett trusting her. She thought of every time someone had told her she was not strong enough. Lyra screamed with anger and pain and strong will and pulled. The lever moved, went in place with a sound like thunder. All over the room, machines came on. The middle part's glow changed from red to blue. 5 minutes. Lyra turned toward the opening door. Her legs were weak, hands burned, but she moved. She reached the door, fell through it. Garrett caught her, pulling her away. You did it. The people are breathing. Everyone is breathing. It was not just knowing things. It was a gift from her past, and all at once, quiet fell over the crowd. Before Lyra could even feel how happy she was that it was over, the talking system made a static noise. But it was not her father's voice or the king's. It was someone else. I am sorry, Lyra, but you were never supposed to live through this. The voice was a woman's, fancy, speaking with the Naltharian way of talking for important people. Who is this? Garrett asked strongly. Ambassador Kelvin's daughter would know my voice, though maybe she has forgotten her own family. Lyra felt a chill. Silvara, her sister, her half-sister, born 8 years before Lyra, who grew up completely on Inthara. Very good, Silvara said. The talking system was now sending her voice to the whole embassy. Silvara, what are you saying? Ambassador Kelvin's voice broke in. This is some kind of mistake. No mistake, Father. Just a plant that went wrong. Silvara's voice stayed calm. Lyra was supposed to die in the power room. The people were supposed to stop breathing. A sad accident. And I would have been next in line to rule, with no embarrassing younger sister to make things hard for me to take over. You tried to kill a whole group of important people. Garrett's voice was flat. Not just that, a future. Now feelings came into Silvara's voice. Do you know what it is like being the oldest daughter trained since I was born? And then Father brings back his mistake from Earth, his child of 2 kinds from a secret meeting with a human woman. Oh yes, everyone knows your mother was human, Lyra. Even if Father pretends your blue skin makes you fully Naltharian. You were supposed to be the one who made us look bad. But instead, Father gave you everything. In the power room, Lyra felt dizzy. My mother was human. You did not know? Silvara laughed. Oh, Father, you never told her. Yes, Lyra. Your mother was a human scientist who studied aliens. It was a love that was not allowed between different kinds of beings. She died when you were born. Human bodies were not a good match. Father had your genes changed before you were born to look Naltherian to fit in. Blue skin, point ears, glowing light, all made by science. You are a made-up being, sister. A pretty lie. Garrett's hand squeezed Lyra's shoulder. Everything was broken pieces now. Who she was, how she saw herself, all broken. Even if that is true, Garrett said, it does not make trying to kill people okay. I spent 3 years planning this. A pause. And now in 3 minutes, Earth's guards will break into the embassy. I sent them a secret message. They will find everyone safe. They will find proof of someone trying to cause harm. And they will find a helpful person to blame. Who? The human worker, of course. He was once in the army, kicked out for bad reasons, had many jobs, a past of not liking aliens. Your brother was killed in the Naltherian border conflicts, wasn't he? It is all there, the perfect person to suspect. Garrett's face showed no feelings. You have been set up, Lyra said softly. Well, and completely, he met her eyes. But I did not do this. I know. How sweet, Silvara said, the half-being and the broken human. But it will not matter what you know. It only matters what the proof shows. You put all of it there. Of course I am careful. Footsteps. The guards will be here any second. Either way I win. The talking stopped. In the quiet that came next, they could hear it now. Earth's guards getting ready. We need to get you to your father, Garrett said. I am also a half-human made-up being who everyone has been lying to about. Lyra grabbed his arm with her burned hand, not caring about the pain. Besides, you saved my life. I am not letting you get blamed for my sister's crazy actions. Lyra, no. Listen, Silvara made one mistake. Lyra opened the repair area's talking records. Everything that happened has been saved. Every word she said, it is all here. She will have thought of that. Not if we get it to the right people first. Lyra was already copying files, sending them to every computer system she could use. I am sending this to my father, to King's Than, to Earth's guards, to the Naltherian High Court, to every news group in both planet systems. Let her try to delete 100 copies. Garrett watched her work. You are not just smart, you are good at planning. I was taught to talk with others. My father wanted me to learn how to fight with words and facts. She finished sending the files. Turns out that actually works. The guards reached their hallway. Human soldiers in special gear, with weapons ready. Check your private messages, Lyra broke in, stepping forward. It is an important message for leaders. You will find a full telling of what happened from the real person who did it, plus proof, and why they did it. We are the ones who were hurt here. The main soldier paused, touching his ear. His face changed from angry to confused to surprised. Stop what you are doing, he ordered. We have new information, to Lyra and Garrett. You need to come with us. The ambassador and the king want to see you right away. But the last shock did not come from words. It came from a name that space had long forgotten. They were walked upstairs, the king's room doors opened to show messy things getting in order. Doctors and nurses were helping important people. Ambassador Kelvin stood with King Zithan, both looking at a fake screen showing Silvara's confession over and over. Her father saw Lyra and moved toward her, but stopped in the middle, unsure. Is it true? Lyra asked before he could speak. Was my mother human? Ambassador Kelvin's face looked sad and wrinkled. Yes, but Lyra, I was going to tell you. When? After I married the king? After I had children? Still keeping the secret. There was no lie. Your mother was the love of my life. You are my daughter in every way that counts. The changes to your genes were only to keep you safe because being half-human would have ruined me because I knew how mean people could be about differences. Tears ran down his blue face. I wanted to save you from that hurt. Instead, you made me feel bad about what I was without even knowing what I was feeling bad about. Lyra felt tears on her own face. Did Silvara always know? Her mother told her years ago. I did not know it would cause this. Ambassador Kelvin looked at the screen. I failed both of you. I do not have to understand anything right now. She turned to King Zithan. Your Majesty, I guess our marriage plan is completely called off. Zithan stood up from his special chair. He walked across the room and to everyone's surprise, he knelt. Lyra, daughter of Kelvin. I said no to you for being too gentle, too much, too different from what I thought a queen should be. He looked up at her. But tonight, you were stronger than anyone in this room. You saved all of us. Your gentleness was strength. Your curves helped you fit in. Your difference was exactly what we needed. You do not have to say sorry. I am not saying sorry for not picking you. I am saying sorry for how I did not pick you. And I am admitting that I was silly. He stood up. I cannot offer you the marriage plan again. Too much has happened, and I think you would not say yes anyway. But I can offer you respect. Honor the name of Royal Rescuer, which comes with land, money, and a place on the Neltharion Council. I do not want your fancy names. Then what do you want? Lyra looked at Garrett, still standing near the door. Then she looked at her father, at the king, at the people who had gathered and laughed at her hours ago. I want to be accepted for what I am, not what I look like or what I was changed to be, but what I really am. She raised her burned hands. I am half human, half Neltharion. I am trained in building things and talking with others. I am gentle in some places and strong in others. I am exactly who I need to be, and that was always enough. Quiet fell across the king's room. Then, from the group of important people, someone started to glow. Their glowing light pulsed in a way that showed respect and honor. Another joined, then another. Soon the whole room glowed with their light, all lighting up to show they knew what she had done. She is still out there, Garrett said softly, moving to Lyra's side. She will try again. Let her try. Lyra's glowing light pulsed brightly. Next time I will be ready. King Zathon stepped forward. Lyra, I meant what I said about giving you respect. You have shown us what real strength looks like. But more than that, you have shown us what we have been missing. The good part of connecting worlds instead of making everyone fit into small boxes. He pointed to his helpers. I am suggesting something new, a special ambassador job, working for both the Neltharion King and Earth's leaders. Your job would be to build bridges between our people, to stand in the middle places and show others how to connect them. And I get to pick my own helpers? Lyra asked. Of course. Then I accept. But only if Silvara, when caught, is offered help to become better instead of just being punished. She is hurt inside, not evil. With help, she might become someone who helps instead of harms. Some important people looked shocked, but Stan looked at her for a long time, then nodded slowly. That will be hard, but I will try for it. You have my promise. And as they walked away, no one dared laugh again, because they finally understood what they had seen. Weeks later, Lyra stood in the embassy's new meeting hall, talking to people from 8 planet governments. Her hands had healed completely. She wore clothes of her own design, mixing human and Neltharion styles, not hiding anything. Her glowing light pulsed steadily through clear parts of her clothes. Weeks ago, she began, I was told no for being wrong. Wrong body, wrong way of being, wrong life. The king was wrong, but not just about me. He was wrong about the idea that there is only one right way to be. She explained her plan. Bigger exchange programs, working together on science, school systems that teach about all kinds of beings. When she finished, the room burst with questions, interested questions that started with, how would we, instead of why can't we? By the end, they wrote down a first agreement, a basic plan, a place to start. As their representatives left, King Zathon came closer. You are changing things faster than I thought. Not fast enough, there is so much work still to do. There always will be. That is not failing. That is real life. He smiled. I was wrong about you. But the biggest mistake was thinking you needed a crown to be powerful. You already had something more important. A good plan and the bravery to follow it when everyone says it cannot be done. When he left, only Garrett stayed. You did good today, he said. We did good. This only works because you have been there fixing problems while I talk. They left together, walking through new hallways. The fake water walls ran next to human art. The looks mixed into something new. Want to get dinner? Garrett asked. There is a place nearby that mixes foods. It really mixes human and Neltharian cooking styles. Another bridge builder? Something like that. Then yes. They walked into the city together as co-workers and friends. Two people who had found each other in a messy time. Above them, stars were coming out. Stars that shined on Earth and Nethara and 1,000 other worlds. All different, all connected. Lyra looked up and smiled. She had been told no for being too much, too different, too wrong. But being exactly yourself, with many parts, mixed, not perfect and real, was always the most game-changing thing to do. In a universe that kept trying to put everyone into neat groups, not fitting in was its own kind of power, the kind that changed everything. In a universe built on being too proud, sometimes one act of showing respect for yourself is enough to change the stars themselves. And when others finally see what they do not want to recognize, that being different is not a problem, but how things are meant to be. The big change has already started.